In the days of the High Republic, the Jedi are at the height of their power, but the emergence of the piratical anarchic Nihil proves that even the most successful peace is fragile, and the Jedi's influence is neither as pervasive nor as benevolent as they would believe. Now Lula, Farzal, and Court, inexperienced Jedi Padawans, must help the inhabitants of the Trimant 4 in the wake of a Nihil attack. All the while they'll face suspicion and outright opposition from a group of subversive citizens who resent and fear the Jedi. Two of those citizens, Zien and Kryz, will have to decide whether to accept the Padawans' aid or try to save the day on their own. This was the first Star Wars Adventures comic I've ever read, and overall it was much more enjoyable than I expected. While it's still aimed for children, its focus on younger audiences not at the expense of a well-thought-out and interesting story. The comic spends enough time familiarizing the reader with both the new characters and where we're at in the timeline. While there are familiar characters and places, the comic's main focus on the two young citizens and the themes of trust and choice make it a great way for young children to enter the High Republic era. Something that I've loved about the comics is that they're able to tell a separated story from the main novels while still maintaining the overall tone of the era. For the most part, all of the characters in the comic are new, and despite this, they are described and depicted in a way that makes it easy to understand and connect with the character. Many of the characters are Padawans, or young teens, because of the audience, but that doesn't mean the tragedies and learning experiences that they go through don't apply to other age groups. While the story is centralized with a group of Padawans, familiar characters and objects from the other stories return and help to add connectedness to the era. While not plentiful, there are a few scenes that really help progress the overall narrative of the Jedi versus the Nihil. While these details and scenes are a major plus, the larger story has its own unique focus that doesn't rely on these points. With adventures and themes for all ages, High Republic Adventures Volume 1 is a satisfying addition to the High Republic era with fun details that make it worthwhile read, although not necessary to enjoy the new era, earning a rating of 7.5 out of 10. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on social media, and comment down below what content you'd like to see in the future. As always, thank you all for watching, and remember,
the Force will be with you, always.